Mom's ashes. My mother's passing left me with the kind of silent pain in my bones that never really goes away. When she passed, I didn't know what to do with myself. There was a kind of stillness in everything, like the world had taken a breath and decided to hold it indefinitely. I kept her ashes in a decorative urn, tucked carefully on a high shelf in the living room. I couldn't bring myself to scatter them. I wasn't ready to let her go. That urn became a kind of anchor. It gave me comfort. Every day, I'd glance up at it and feel like she was still with me in some small way. And for a while, that was enough. But something shifted after her first Remembrance Day. A quiet evening when I lit a candle beside the urn and sat in silence for hours. I remember looking at the urn and feeling conflicted. My mom wasn't the kind of person who stayed still. She was vibrant, always moving, always helping, always lighting up people's lives with her presence. Keeping her contained in that small space on a shelf suddenly felt wrong. I began to wonder, was I holding her back? Was I clinging too tightly? It was a few weeks later that I made the decision. I didn't plan a big ceremony. No guests, no speeches, just me, the sky, the breeze, and the quiet hum of nature in my backyard. I opened the urn, my hands shaking slightly, and scattered her ashes in the garden, whispering, "Go be free again, just like you always were." For a while, nothing happened. Life continued. The sun came and went. The seasons shifted gently. And then, a few months later, something unexpected appeared. Marigolds. They hadn't been planted. Not by me, not by anyone I knew. But there they were, bright golden orange blooms, scattered across the corner of the yard, where I had let her go. They seemed to glow with life. It stopped me in my tracks. I bent down, touching the soft petals, and tears welled up in my eyes. I remembered reading once that marigolds, or calendula, represent sympathy and grief, but also hope and healing. They're often paired in symbolism with weeping willows, reminders of loss, but they're also a source of light for those still walking through that sadness. It was like a message from her, blooming right out of the earth. Even in death, my mother had found a way to keep giving, to keep growing, to keep spreading warmth. I started leaving a flower or two at the doorstep of a neighbor who'd been struggling. I took a few to my workplace and placed them on desks. I even pressed a few into journals and letters I sent to friends who were hurting. The marigolds became more than flowers. They were her legacy, blooming through me. Here's what I've learned. The love and goodness we share in life don't vanish when we're gone. They live on in the small moments, in the quiet blooms, in the acts of kindness we inspire in others. My mother didn't stop giving when she died. She simply found a new way to grow. So, live in a way that lets your light linger. Let your kindness take root in others. Because one day, when you're gone, maybe someone will find a marigold blooming where they least expect it and think of you